Welcome to Into the Night. I'm Nari, your guide on today's excursion down a twisted path. Be careful not to get lost. Be it dark or light, it's easy to lose your way. Are you ready? Then let's begin. Full moon over Cutthroat Draw. Dust sprang into the air with every footstep made by the large bay stallion. The fine sand filled its rider's nostrils as it mingled with creosote and blooming mesquite. His destination lurked just beyond the horizon, near the Santa Rita Mountains. And Birch Hamlin knew his journey needed to be finished quickly. He'd suffered under the midsummer sun for more years than he cared to remember. And this year, he didn't want to repeat the misery. But there he was. Raised in the high country, he never developed a fondness for the stark desert. In his mind, the worst that nature should throw at a person was a foot of snow, or maybe an avalanche or bear attack.
Not this damn sand pit filled with vipers and stinging insects, not to mention the cactus patches. I come from God's country. This place is Satan's doing.
He paused and reconsidered.
No, it's not. This place means a lot to my best friend. I'm just hot and tired, I suppose. I really shouldn't complain about this. Oscar needs my help, and I'm not going to let him down. Not now, after we've spent a lifetime as friends.
He adjusted his hat and squinted at the land. A lizard scampered in front of him to find shade in a thick chala.
Not much would go after you there. Those thorns would ruin the day of anything that tried. Damn, I'm lonely. Here I am talking to myself about a lizard. Come on, Comanche. Let's put some distance between us and here.
He clucked at his horse and gently nudged its sides with his knees.
I wouldn't even be doing this if it wasn't for Oscar Forsyth being in such a bad way. Right now, I thought I'd be relaxing at my cabin north of Bayfield, maybe catching a nap. But I have more important things to do than sleep. And time is running out.
His friendship with Oscar demanded he help him out. Not because Oscar pressured him either. The simple value of a lifelong friendship made it impossible for Birch to ignore his friend's request.
I'm the only one he can trust to do this.
Outsiders may have wondered how the two men became friends in the first place. Oscar had a quick wit and could make almost any situation more enjoyable with his sense of humor. Yes, he laughed a little too loudly, and he was known to give advice at times when it wasn't asked for. But he had as true a heart as anyone Birch had ever met. Birch Hamlin, on the other hand, was quiet, withdrawn, and not a people person. Content to spend time on his own, he marveled at his best friend's garrulous nature. The two shared a strong bond since childhood, however, and Oscar trusted no one more than Birch.
I need you to do this for me. I wouldn't ask if it wasn't important. I know that, Oscar. Don't you worry. I'll take care of this. This is something you shared with me when we were no more than 9 or 10, and we knew this day would come sometime. I'll take care of it.
So in the July heat, here Birch found himself on a trip he dreaded yet was committed to making. Heat waves shimmered over the land, and he stopped briefly to take a drink from his canteen. The water was warm and stale, but it quenched his dry throat.
Don't worry, boy. We'll be there before too long. There's always water where we're going. I haven't forgotten about you.
Comanche reared his head and neighed in what Birch hoped was understanding. Birch was true to his word. Within 2 miles, they came to their destination at Cutthroat Draw. Carefully making the descent down the slope to the small creek bed below, he chose a spot to set up camp. Birch unsaddled Comanche and led him to the clear water running through the sandy bottom of the arroyo. Green grass grew along the creek bank, complements of an artesian well that kept water flowing continuously. And soon Comanche grazed in the shade cast by the sides of the draw. For all of his complaining along the way, Birch shook his head as he looked down along the water, lined by green grass.
I have to admit, this place is beautiful, and I see what Oscar loves about it.
Comanche gave a whinny as he happily grazed. His tail flicked back and forth. A slight breeze ruffled his mane. Comanche seemed content, and Birch busied himself by starting a fire and cooking a small meal.
It's nothing fancy, but it's all I need.
Shadows grew long in the draw as the sun hung in the western sky. Desert animals, the ones that preferred the night to day, stirred. Farther down the arroyo, Birch spotted a coyote warily staring at him as he braved Birch's presence and took a drink of the cold water.
Don't worry, I'm not here to pester you. This ain't no cattle drive I'm on.
After dinner, he settled down on his bedroll and stared up at the sky. Light finally gave way to darkness, and stars dotted the sky. Birch hummed a tune he learned long ago, knowing his reason for making the trip was close at hand. He wouldn't fall asleep. He simply laid on his bed and watched as constellations came into sharp view. While the next few hours passed, the night sky moved ever so slowly, slightly changing the positions of the stars he viewed. Comanche snorted and paced nervously where he was tied to a cottonwood tree.
I know, boy. It's okay. You don't have to be afraid. Oscar would have come himself if he could, but that's why I'm here. He needs us, and I'm not going to let my best friend down.
Soon Birch saw what most would consider a falling star. He made the journey in time. Standing, he watched as the soft glow slowed down and hovered before silently landing on the grass next to his camp. He reached in his saddlebag and removed a pouch containing precious cargo. Birch, still in awe, walked slowly toward the glowing vehicle. A door opened and a woman slowly emerged from the light. She grasped Birch's hands. "Thank you. Thank you for coming so far to save my son. You've always been such a good boy, Birch." The man blushed under her praise. "Don't be embarrassed. Be proud. Not everyone has a friend as true as you. When Lana died, Oscar almost gave up on living. You are the reason we didn't lose him."
That's what friends do.
"And you are a true friend. We must hurry, however." She held out a glowing blue stone in her right hand, as Birch opened his pouch and removed a dim blue stone. He handed it to her, and she placed the pulsating blue stone into the pouch. "This new life force will last him for many years to come."
I'll leave right away. Oscar wanted to come here himself, but he's just so weak.
"I know, Birch. Time is running out." Birch turned to go. She reached out and gently grabbed his arm. "Wait."
Ma'am?
She extended her left hand. In it, she held a glowing green stone and placed it in Birch's hand. The green light flashed and glowed even more brightly once he held it, and he felt a surge of well-being. "This is for you, Birch. We love you, and this is our way of thanking you for saving Oscar. It wouldn't be right for him to lose his best friend, and now he won't. Now I must go, and so must you." She entered the craft which shot into the sky. Birch saddled Comanche.
Come on, boy. Oscar needs to be restored. I promise I'll share my good fortune with you too. You and Oscar are all I have, and I'm not losing either one of you.
With that, Birch and Comanche made their way by moonlight, and a peace settled into both of their hearts. Thank you for joining me for this episode of the Into the Night Anthology podcast. Written by Caroline Giamanco, narrated by Nari. Theme music by Nico Rodriguez. All other original music, sound design, and editing by Omenhawk Studios. You can find our links in the show notes. Into the Night is on your favorite podcatcher, so make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a 5-star review to help other excursionists to join us. I'll see you next time. And remember, Whether in the shadows or in the daylight, all twisted paths lead you into the night. Into the Night Anthology is a Creative Typo Entertainment production. Hi, excursionists. It's me, Nari. I wanted to take a minute to let you know that I'm going to be launching my own website. This will be a place for all of my excursionists to keep up with my current and future projects. The site is going live, and there is a place to sign up to become a story in my library. Library members will receive special perks that will be announced later. I look forward to seeing each and every one of you over at narinarrates.com so that you can join me on all of my upcoming adventures.